Yo, have another video, and this time it's an old video, but I haven't talked about it yet. This is about a so-called controversial YouTuber could face up to 34 years in prison after being arrested in Brazil for allegedly soliciting underage girls and arranging Uber rides to bring them to his hotel for sexual exploitation. American born, let me see about everything okay. American born Floyd Wallace Jr. 30 became notorious online by filming confrontations with police under the guise of exercising his constitutional rights. Video footage showed the moment 4 officers burst into the hotel room in central Sao Paulo, arresting Wallace as he shouted and coughed. Was that coughed? After being pepper sprayed, before being handcuffed face down on the floor. A female officer is heard telling him in English, "You are being arrested for child sex exploitation by the police of Rio de Janeiro." Wallace, who has 142,000 subscribers on YouTube, built a criminal record across more than 13 states with arrests for offences including resisting arrest, assaulting a police officer, and disorderly conduct. More recently, Wallace traveled abroad as a self-styled sex tourist and passport bro, slang for Western man who travels to poorer countries in search of sexual encounters, live streaming about his experience. This is crazy. I find it funny because I ain't gonna lie, I've come across a lot of these passport bros, and from what I can see, some of them are just black guys hooking up, not with each other, but like hanging out, talking about women, talking about how things aren't great in America, how things are better in other countries, and you're gonna get that. Things are gonna be better in other countries because the women are poorer. When somebody is desperate, there's no financial help, there's no food stamps to fall back on. They're gonna be seeing the nearest meal ticket is a tourist. It could be Floyd. They see Floyd there, they think he's from America. They know he's from America. They're thinking, yo, he might have some bread on him. I hang around with him. And that's how you get the situation where people think, oh yeah, I just go over there, I'm like a king over there. Which to many, yeah, if you got some bread coming in, you're doing good. Some women, there's gonna be these countries have a lot of women there. They're gonna see, okay, we can live off of this guy. It's better than selling myself on the street to random people. I got a steady income with Floyd here, or another passport bro. But as a whole, they're having this guy as like a child pedophile, and the passport bro movement is not about being a pedophile. So to label this guy a passport bro is a bit disrespectful to the passport bro movement, which is a lot of black guys going abroad, but not just for sex tourism. That's not what it's about. It's about them experiencing different cultures. They just happen to be brothers or black people going abroad. So if it was a white guy, would you call him a passport? Because it's kind of like a racist statement right now. I'm looking at it right now because I'm seeing like he happened to be black. So if a white guy was doing this, what would he be called? Just a straight up pedophile? Pedo tourist? It's weird. I mean, I don't want to take up for Floyd. I don't know what he's up to. I had never watched his channel. After I heard this about him, I started to research him. A couple of so-called other travel vloggers, I thought they really are, just happen to be black travel vloggers, they hooked up with him, and one of them was like, yeah, I was hanging around with this dude. He was a bit of a weirdo. Yeah, but you was sitting in the video with him cutting your hair, cutting his hair, man. I was like, it's weird to denounce someone once they've been found guilty of bad things and say, oh, I thought he was a bit of a weirdo. Like, really? I wouldn't be hanging around with someone that I thought was a bit of a weirdo. I'd be like, this guy's a weirdo. Stop hanging around with him. But he done multiple videos with him. I mean, we don't know what people get up to behind closed doors. And he didn't know he was into children, which was the case that they're saying here. I mean, I don't know what's the case, but they're saying this guy might get about 34 years. I don't know what to make of this. Look, American content creator is seen on the ground in handcuffs. Also, one thing as well, I just wonder, like, how the hell do they make money, man? One person was saying in the comments, like, it's from donations and a bit of the YouTube revenue. And then also said he was also selling content to weirdos on the internet. So he would then, like, film stuff with the kids or with girls, and then he would sell the content on various platforms to make up some bread. But as a whole, this guy wasn't really a nice person. Like, some of the stuff, he got a long criminal record. And a lot of people like I think they're starting to crack down on this stuff, because what's happening now with when you come through black folks, they're self-snitch. They can't help themselves but self-snitch. That's the thing about black people. That's one thing I know about black folks. When they got a good thing going on, they can't help but show off. They got a good girlfriend, they got a bad girlfriend, they have to show off the girlfriend. I mean, I guess so, but I remember there was a time where it was COVID. Some guy was running this scam. And for some strange reason, he done a whole rap about it. I was like, what? Who's that stupid? Be running this scam during COVID, and then you rap about it. Guess what? They caught the dude. And we got the same thing with the passport blows out with these dudes. Alright, they're running their game. They're going abroad. They're hooking up with women. And guess what these guys do? Yes, you know it. Yeah, they're on YouTube documenting every single step of how they get girls, where to get the girls, and they're self-snitching. That's the problem with these dudes. They can't help but self-snitch. It's even with rappers now these days. Some of these dudes, they're doing crimes in the real world, yeah? Guess what they do? They rap about it. They self-snitch. This is a different form of self-snitching. These guys are on the internet and they're like, yo, I hooked up with this bad Brazilian chick. Or this guy, he's been filming the stuff as well. So he's been filming the stuff he's been doing with the chicks, right? So he already incriminated himself, like. And there's other people, we don't know who else he been hanging around doing the same thing. Hopefully they ain't been hanging around with him doing anything with kids. Cause they were saying a lady was out there selling her own daughter to him. Which is crazy to think of it, man. But during the trip, the girl told the driver they did not know the man, who did not speak Portuguese, and were unsure where they were being taken. Uber launched an internal investigation, discovered the same user had created a number of multiple accounts to repeatedly order rides for minors. He never appeared to pick up the location himself, instead providing those validation codes and issuing instructions to the drivers. There's a lot of little things about this is a bit weird, because it's about the age of consent in Brazil. They say it's like 14 or 13. Let's see, another occasion on December 18th, the same account requested transport for 4 girls under the age of 18. But I remember one of the Andrew Tate brothers, he was saying that he was hooking up with a certain woman. And the lady was, and we all know the woman's age, let's see, I think the girl was, I can't remember the girl's age, but when we actually got down to the numbers and people started to reverse the age of this girl, or this woman right now, and we started to think back to the time period he said he was hooking up with her, they said that this girl was maybe 14 years old or something like that. So one of the Tate brothers, I don't know if it was Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, they were sleeping with a 14-year-old. And when in the country they were in, it was perfectly legal. Perfectly legal. And this guy, unless he's hanging around, unless it's true about him sleeping with 6-year-old, that's gross. You know what I mean? As a 30-year-old man. But in the country of Brazil, you know, they said age of consent is like what? 14, 13. So he may be hanging around sleeping with 13, 14-year-olds and thinking it's perfectly legal. Who knows? I don't know. But you know, if you're gonna arrest him, you should go after the Tate brothers as well, man. I mean, if that's the case, I don't know how much of it is true, man. I'm not taking up for him. I don't know Mr. Floyd, but I'm just saying that I've seen a lot of parallels with people on the internet saying, well, he did this and that guy did this and that, blah blah blah. But yeah, this guy's really dumb for allowing to be documenting so much. It's like, I think they figured him out not through these YouTube videos, but a lot of these travel YouTubers, they're starting to leave Brazil because they're seeing like a crackdown. So I don't even know if it's him or they're just out there thinking to themselves like, man, it's time we up and leave. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'm out.